what is Joe Biden's attitude toward immigrants and refugees in our country?
So Joe says that we need to offer a responsible path toward citizenship for those immigrants trying to get into the United States of America, and that we should let in the asylum seekers. And I just met with the asylum seekers on the border, and I went down at Christmas time and I fed the asylum seekers a Christmas meal. And I have to tell you, I mean, we have seen those kids in cages, and I visited I went from Brownsville to Matamoros, I think of yes, and I have to tell you, they were living, it was mud. The ground was mud. It had rained for 3 days. They lived with tarps, like, you know, the black garbage bags over their heads. They had no food. They had no sanitation. Here were little kids, no shoes, no anything. I mean, just walking around in the mud. They brought in a medical unit because, you know, there are hundreds of people down there. And they couldn't afford to give the kids flu shots. Didn't you hear just this morning on the TV how bad the flu is for children? So they need so much. And I think I talked to families. I talked to 3 families. I talked to one single woman from, I think she was from Honduras. And she had been threatened by a member of a gang, and they actually slashed her face and cut her. And so she was escaping violence and trying, you know, these families are escaping from the gangs and the violence. And, you know, this is not who we are as Americans. And I've seen here in Iowa in particular, communities that are welcoming immigrants and saying, come to our community, and, you know, we'll bring in technology, or we'll try to bring in corporations or businesses that have jobs to build communities that really people are leaving, you know, because for one reason or another. So I think we have to ask ourselves, who are we as Americans? You know, we have a choice. Can we be angry and full of hatred? Or are we as Americans going to welcome people to America? My grandfather was Dominic Giacappa. You know, he was an Italian immigrant, and he moved furniture, delivered furniture for a living. Aren't we all the product of immigrants? All of us. That's what America was built on. I see immigration as a strength, not a weakness.